Let's see if this connection is going to work. Seems like it's working right now. Hello, 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 beautiful people. Welcome to Total Freedom Thursdays. My name is Zay Faith, and we're going to wait here for Devin, the Connector 11, to log on so we can see if we can go live real quick. Every Thursday we come live and we talk about total freedom. And so tonight we're going to be talking about the power of events, which I'm kind of excited to talk about. So let's talk about the power of events. Let's see if he can see me. Let's see.
Is it working?
Is it working now?
Yeah, it's working.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm using the hotspot on my phone. So we're going to have to go fast because the battery on my phone, it literally doesn't hold. So
Yeah, I think
I got to get some more devices.
40%.
Yeah, I got to get some more devices. Anyways, as you begin to tune in, definitely let us know where you're watching from. I'm currently in Virginia, USA, and Devin is currently in London, UK. So definitely. Oh. What just happened?
Yeah, you froze. I have no idea. You froze and there's like a circle around you.
Okay, whatever. I was trying to because it keeps, I have like my battery saver on, but I don't know how to turn it. I'm gonna get it together. I don't know how to turn my battery saver off on my thing because my iPad keeps dimming, but we only got like 20%. But anyways, so Devin, you brought up the idea to talk about events. So I call this this is titled The Power of Event. What do you think? How does attending events and going to different events, how does that like help you on your journey to total freedom?
So, I mean, firstly, I want to say it's definitely our collective choice on this one. But yeah, I did influence the event choice. Events, in terms of events, well, let's first like establish kind of so an event is like when a group of people or a large number of people come together to receive specific information, and usually that can like is designed to transform someone's lives or whatnot. And in our case, it was in terms of business and life. And for me, events have been powerful because it's helped me along in terms of my personal development journey. Like there's things that I learn and when going to events that really like I've changed my mindset and just really seeing people that was you can tangibly see that they've they've benefited from the same information that I was listening to. And so then you had that this is back pre-COVID times as well. So pre-COVID times where you could really see and grasp the energy of not only in the environment where people were at, where people were either successful or they were sharing these principles of life and business and stuff like that. the mindsets, the visions, and stuff like that. And it really, because that's not something you're taught in school.
Mm-hmm.
You're not taught, like, I definitely wasn't taught in school or taught in my university education. So it was refreshing, and it kind of really like it began like a shift in my mind. It began like a paradigm shift where it's like, okay, now I know that there's more to life. There's more to what my current circumstances are. There's more to what I've been learning. There's more to what I've been educated in the formal way. And so so the power of events is that it brings more out of you, and it brings more to you so that you can do more in life. That's if that makes sense to me. I don't know if it makes sense to you.
No,
But
it does. It does.
yeah, so
I know for me, I remember like I probably was like 17, 18, probably 19. Like I had, just had long been in my last job. And I remember like there was a Dave Ramsey event. But it was in the military. So it was just like literally somebody was hosting the event, and they were just teaching some of the concepts from one of his courses. And I just remember like, man, like I wish I could like spend all day just like learning about this, because for me, like I personally didn't I didn't see a goal to get a college degree. Like I knew that there were things and classes that I wanted to take in school, but I didn't see the value of going, spending all the time, energy, effort, and money for a degree that I didn't feel that I would actually use. Like I wanted the information, but I didn't see the benefit of having all the extra classes in there that I didn't want to take. Like I just wanted to learn certain information. So I remember when I first joined the military, and I attended like a Dave Ramsey class, I was like, oh, this is so cool. Like I wish I could just learn about like money, or just certain topics that I'm interested in. Like I don't want to go and be indebted to an entire curriculum. I just want to learn the things that I want to learn. So I remember that as we're talking about this. And it wasn't until later where I really realized, I didn't even really know it was a thing, but I was actually invited to a Tony Robbins event. And I didn't even know who he was. They were like, hey, you like to learn. Hey, come check out this event. This guy, he talks about personal development. I didn't even know what that was. But I went because they was like, oh, you can learn and it helps you grow on a personal level. And I was into that. Like, it just sounded good to me. And I just was so shocked, first of all, because I have never like had been in a place where people were just so excited and jumping on chairs and stuff like that. But I know I was like, man, like I liked it. Like I liked, learning new information, learning about myself, like knowing like there's a voice inside my head. Like I'm like, man, I thought I was the only one. Like, just like learning like things on a personal level. And I was like, oh man, this is so cool. So I want to say I was like 20. I don't even think I was 21 yet whenever I had like first got, maybe I had just turned 21 whenever I had went to the Tony Robbins events. But I realized like there are people who literally get together and then they learn how to grow on a personal level, or they grow, in their craft without, without having to, you can always like pick and choose and customize, but without having to be indebted to an entire like program with things that you don't want to learn. So I think that was like the biggest thing for me. I'm like, man, if I want to learn about, how to be more confident, I can learn about that. Or if I want to learn about, how to get really good at these skills, I can learn about that. And of course there are programs where you can like get the whole shebang, but I just thought it was just crazy. I'm like, man, first of all, people are getting paid to just talk on stage, but then also people also are learning skills so they can grow and learn better and be better, and they're getting paid for that. So it was just crazy. It was like I'm like, I can't believe people are really getting paid just from like learning people skills, learning personal skills, learning communication skills, learning, just skills that we don't really think is a skill. We think like either you are a nice person or you're not, or either you're good at talking to people or you're not, but that's not the case. I learned, in those events, like, oh my gosh, if I continue to work on myself, if you're not a negative person. You can learn to be a positive person. You can learn to be, you can learn these skills. I think that was like really, really huge for me. Like being invited to those events and then actually like feeling good on the inside. Like I was there and I'm like, oh, I like being around these people who are trying to be better, who are paying. They literally are paying to attend these events so they can grow and they can learn and they can be better people. So that was like my introduction, and I was like, ooh, I like this, and I've honestly been doing it ever since. Yeah.
So it's also like just that networking aspect as well. Just like meeting new people, see it from different walks of life as well. Because I mean, we met at an event. You know what I mean? Like we met people from all around the world at events, and I mean, I've been to many events, but like, what was your like favorite? What's your most favorite event? Like, what was like one of your most powerful events you've been to?
One of my most powerful events, man.
I mean,
I've been to so many events. I don't even know if I can say.
So I'll say in terms of that's too much of a broad question, I think.
Because I mean, before 2020, I was going to like 3, 4, 5 events a year. Like I was going to events like at least every quarter, but sometimes more. Like I was going to Vegas 2 to 3 times a year, like to go to different events. So the one that I remember right now that was like, oh my gosh, is this isn't like the best one, but the one that really felt like good. I remember I got invited to this event, and it was like this private real estate class. And I meant like, it was literally like, hey, just because, like you said, networking, I met somebody at another event and we had built a relationship because we both were interested in personal development and business, and we developed a friendship. And then he invited me to a real estate event. And this event was so small. It was like 11 of us. And I didn't even know. I'm just thinking like, okay, I'm about to go and learn about some real estate. But I was in a room with all these people. Like some of them, I'm pretty sure like they were like multimillionaires or a couple hundredaires. And I'm in this room and I'm just like, I got it. And I'm like, oh my gosh. And they didn't know me. I didn't know them, but I felt like I'm in the circle, or I just felt like I was a part of something because like the information that we learned in that room, I was like, ooh, this is good. It was just, I actually still have the notebook and I'm still like working on some of the stuff that I learned from the class. But I think that was one that I felt like, shit, I'm in the inner circle. Literally because I met somebody at another event. He invited me to that event and I'm like, this is good. So that's one that felt like very intense, and it like just really showed me just how different people think. You know what I mean? Like there are some people who I mean, I don't know. So that one stands out to me. What about you?
Oh, to be honest, I mean, for me, it was a spiritual event that I went to. This was powerful. It was like, and I had to take the whole day for it. It was like 12 hours. But this was during the pandemic. This was like last year, so it was during COVID. So it wasn't like I couldn't go to the physical event, but the whole webinar, the whole presentation in itself, it felt like I was there, and I learned so much information that I'm still even taking in and applying when I can. And it's stuff that's gonna really be transformational. So I mean, that's all I can say on it right now. But like what I can say is that events definitely help empower you to reach like new levels.
Mm-hmm.
And what something I realized is that um a lot of the time, a lot of us want to like have more power in our life, and events is like one of those like those key hacks
Mm-hmm.
to do it. But often some people don't feel like they know where to go or have access. And one thing that we're going to bring up now is that with what we do, we like there's going to be an event coming up in April for those watching, and it's a chance for us to unite, like, and that's pun intended, because the event is called Unite, and it's something that everyone can access, and for one day, and it's only $20. Like, imagine.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a chance to not only develop personally but develop professionally. So let's say, for example, like you can just learn about yourself, learn about your mindset, learn about even connect with new people,
Mm-hmm.
and be part of a community where people are growing, because often people are in environments like where there's no growth taking place. So it's like, how are you going to grow if you don't move into another environment? And events, whether it's online or offline, those are different environments where you can really take that time to grow yourself. So I'm gonna get into it. I've got a list here.
Me too. Yeah, I think
Oh, you got a list.
yeah, well, I was gonna like some of the ones that stood out to me the most.
Hmm.
But like I said, the biggest thing for me, like just realizing that ultimately it's investing in yourself. Like I
Yeah.
remember always just being told like, oh, like I feel like only having the option of like investing in yourself was getting a diploma. And like no shade to that, but again, my biggest thing I couldn't wrap my head around was taking all these other classes that I would not use, or I would forget, and now I'm in like hundreds of thousands of dollars in debt, like for something that I knew I wasn't gonna do long term. I just wanted like key information, and so
Mhm.
the thing I love about like different programs and different like communities or like different events like this one is it is a personal development event, but it's also like about changing your mindset. It's about, you know, if you have like an entrepreneur spirit, you learn a little about business and different tactics, and you know you know, it's just the umbrella thing. So some of the ones that stood out to me, I can do my list, is you can learn how to get the mindset of success, find a way to build your business with working full time,
Mhm.
how to build your team remotely. So like for instance, we're already in business, but even if you're new to business, but like growing your network, like you said, growing your network in different countries, because we actually have access to 36 countries with what we do. But being able to build business around the world, like sometimes we forget that the world is not just where we live at. Like especially now with social media, you can literally make money from different countries. Um, Find the best way to create teams. I literally just said that. How to get started in online businesses. Dare to dream big and take bigger actions. Build a successful business in 90 days. Overcome and avoid obstacles. Yes, so those are the ones that stood out to me, but all the ones that really stood out to me are really what I'm laser focused on, and that is um, building the belief in myself, building confidence in myself, committing to things that I deeply desire, like my goals and my dreams, and learning how to overcome, you know, self-sabotage, and growing my mindset, and developing it on a personal level. But then also in my business, like, you know, growing as a leader, expanding my team in different countries, having access to people or just networks that I wouldn't have by not attending it. So that's what really stood out to me. What did you see from the itinerary that you're like, man, I'm really excited for this event?
I mean, well, you took the whole list. So, I mean, I don't know what to, I mean, yeah, you literally took the whole list. But no, literally, everything, everything that was there. I mean, there's one, I don't know if you mentioned about how to dare to dream and take bigger action, because that was part of on the list. But yeah, just literally as you were saying, those key points in terms of like how to build yourself, how to build a team, how to like really share your vision with the world and move in that direction, and then everyone moves in that same direction as well because they see the vision, or they have their own mission for themselves and that aligns with that vision. And so, and then now they're inspired to just take the actions required to reach their goals. And what I love about what we do is like you win when you help others win. So it's like it's really a powerful thing where it's like creating that win-win relationship, and that's something I'm learning more. I want to, and that's why I'm going to this event, because I want to learn more about how to really hone in and build upon and strengthen how to expand my vision, expand my thoughts, expand my actions, and all the above, expand my mindset and build a legacy. And yeah, I'm excited because I know some of the speakers as well, and they're powerful, dynamic from all different countries as well. You've got like from Hungary, Mexico, USA, UK, you name it. So,
yeah. And I think also like in our business that we do, we learn from people who really did it. Like we learn from people with receipts. You know what I'm saying? It's not like just somebody who's social media famous or somebody who just said that they did these things. Like the way what we do, like it's all about receipts. You know what I'm saying? We learn from people who really did it and they actually have the success to back it up. But I think the thing that I'm really learning is sometimes we forget that we have to be okay with where we start. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like, I know for me, I'm just like overcoming that. Like I felt like I've been holding back because I was like, bro, like people kept seeing this thing in me, but I felt like I was an imposter. Like nobody said that, but I felt like, bro, like because with the vision that I have for myself or the potential that I know I have for myself. And so I feel like really really being okay where we are today, like starting where we are today, but then also being around like genuine people, like you said, who want to help you win, and who can actually teach you how to get there, like step by step on a tactical level, but then also on a level from experience. You know what I'm saying? Like not just a hypothetical, but it's like, no, literally, like I helped somebody do this or I came through this also. But yeah, I think really just being okay, like, bro, I need to improve my leadership skills, or I need to improve my mindset. I need to improve my business skills, and honestly, just going out there and learning how to do that. I think it's just a great opportunity to learn from people who really have the results that you want. And like you said, bro, $20 to learn from millionaires or six-figure earners, like, bro, have my 20, like for real, have multiple 20s, like teach me all that you know. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, that's facts. That's facts. Yeah, so like if you're watching this and you're interested, message myself or Zay, DM or comment Unite on this video if you want access to this event, and then we'll send you the link to check it out. And even if you want to find out just a bit more info before you take that step to the event, then That's okay also. Anything else we want to cover,
No, I think
or is that all?
I think that's all for tonight. I mean, ultimately, I feel like, you know, opportunities are out here. Opportunities are out here. I feel like if you're ready to change, like definitely follow your intuition, and then but then also like you have to show up and apply and invest in yourself, like point blank period. You're not gonna get something for nothing. Like you have to put something in order to get something out. That's just how the world works. We didn't create it, but we live here. So that's all I
Yes,
got.
indeed. Indeed, well, that's beautifully said. Beautifully said.
So without further
So,
ado,
yep.
definitely DM us if you are, if you're like looking for opportunity, if you want to grow on a mental level, on a personal level, if you want to grow in business or even start a business, we definitely got you. It may not be for you, but we are definitely open to share what we do. And we will see you on the next video.
Indeed. Take care, guys.